The Screwtape Letters is regarded as one of C.S. Lewis's greatest works, mainly for the interesting point of view it brings to light. The book is written entirely from the perspective of the demon Screwtape and his nephew Wormwood. Their job as demons is to keep their patients, aka us humans, from following God and going to heaven, while simultaneously leading us to HE double hockey sticks. Screwtape constantly writes letters back and forth with Wormwood about how his patient is doing and how to combat the enemy. While the book in and of itself is very interesting, what I want to focus on is what's inside each of these letters. The hard truths about ourselves that Screwtape brings to life. Truths that we don't want to hear, but we desperately need to. Most, if not all of the letters in this book are filled with phrases and sentences that make us think about whether or not it's actually true. But there are 5 specific truths that I want to focus on. The first is said to Wormwood about humans and their attitudes. It reads, "All mortals tend to turn into the thing they are pretending to be." This is a hard truth for most to swallow, as it reminds us that living a life of pretending eventually turns into that life. If we pretend to be the cool, edgy kid at school just to fit in, we eventually become that cool and edgy kid, losing sight of who we were and who God wants us to be. The second truth is a line speaking about how we, as a society, view cruelty. It reads, "Cruelty is shameful, unless the cruel man can represent it as a practical joke." This is another hard-to-swallow truth, one that is especially apparent in schools. Bullying, a form of cruelty, is seen by almost everyone as this terrible thing that should be condemned, but once the phrase "I was joking" is said, the bullying is suddenly passable. This truth shows that the line between bullying and joking is becoming more and more blurred, making it even difficult for adults to rule something as bullying or just a cruel joke. The third truth is said by Screwtape about the path to hell. It reads, "Indeed, the safest road to hell is the gradual one, the gentle slope, soft underfoot, without sudden turnings, without milestones, without signposts." This truth reveals that we as humans have no desire to change our paths or behavior unless we notice something is off. We often lie to ourselves saying, "Nothing is wrong," or "I'm doing fine," which completely makes us blind to the fact that we're walking down the wrong path. Screwtape is totally correct. The quickest path to hell is the one we don't know that we're walking down. The fourth truth is written in the 21st letter, referring to our claims on life and time. It reads, "Now you will have noticed that nothing throws him into a passion so easily as to find attractive time, which he reckoned on having at his own disposal unexpectedly taken from him." This truth reveals that we are so quick to plan every second of our lives with what we want to do, yet fail to realize that time isn't ours to own or control. We say, "This is what I'm going to do 10 years from now," but we could very well die in the next 10 seconds, feeling like God has stolen our time when we are the ones who stole it from him. The fifth and final truth I want to discuss is a line by Screwtape in letter 22. It reads, "Everything has to be twisted before it's any use to us." The truth revealed here isn't as much about what demons can do, but what we allow them to do. Every day, our society twists and destroys things that God made for us to enjoy. Friendships, relationships, and even sex are all examples of things that God intended for us to enjoy, but we've ruined them through our own selfish and sinful desires. The demons can't use these things against us unless we allow ourselves to twist them and pervert them from their original intention. This book is filled to the brim with truths like these, but among the hundreds, these are the ones that stood out to me the most. Hopefully this gave you an opportunity to reflect on not only yourself, but the people around you, and the actions we all take in our day-to-day lives. May we contribute to a better future, one where these truths may not be as apparent as they are now.